say, can you see by the dawn's early light? For so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, brave.
For the last and final time, may you please join me for the Powerhouse Pledge. Night Nation, let's read. This is our house, the Powerhouse. In our house, we power up our minds with knowledge. We power up each other with encouragement. We power up our community by giving back. PCA is a powerhouse where we learn to think globally and act locally.
Welcome, class of 2020, family members, friends, and our PCA team. This is a momentous celebration for the class of 2020. You are making history. While 2020 will forever be known as the year of COVID-19, it will also be known as the class of 2020 comeback. This setback has prepared you for the greatest comeback in history. Despite missing most of the traditional milestone moments of your senior year, your class will forever be known as the comeback class. You have embraced our new normal, created new pathways for what community means, and pushed ahead to maintain high hopes for our future. Today is a day to celebrate your impact and future contributions to our community. So without further delay, let's welcome the historic class of 2020. PCA seniors, let your night lights shine for the world.
Good afternoon, I'm Taylor Dortch, and this is the poem that I wrote to the class of 2020, my favorite class. To the class of 2020, I love you dearly. No matter how far we are forever together. We got this. Just know that God is in control. Best to believe He never fails. There are many times where we have exceeded our limits. Like no other class, we got that vision. Congratulations, 2020, because we are winning. Walk with pride and hold your heads up high. Thank you for making my year. PCA nights, it is our time.
Hi, my name is Robert Jackson. I'm your 2020 graduation speaker. I want to welcome you tonight, the Power Center Academy High School class of 2020. I'm so excited about being here tonight. Big ups for your graduation. You got to make some noise right now because it's excited to be graduating. I remember graduating from high school many years ago, and I'm excited for you tonight. And I want to give a couple shouts out. You know, I got some folks out in Memphis, Pastor Stacy Spencer, who I went to college with, fraternity brother. I also want to give a shout out to my roommate, Melvin Johnson, who owns the State Farm Agency in Memphis, Tennessee. And Mr. Ryan, thank you for having me tonight, giving me the opportunity to speak to these 133 scholars. You're no longer students, you're scholars. Make some noise, scholars. Big ups to the scholars for Memphis, Tennessee. Power Center Academy High School. It's time for you to activate your power. In fact, activating your power is the title of my presentation tonight. You got to activate your power. All kind of stuff going on in the world today. It doesn't matter. You need to activate your power. So how do you activate your power? Well, I'm glad you asked. We are experiencing some unprecedented times. And you know what? When you're dealing with unprecedented times, it's going to take unprecedented belief. The righteous one shall live by faith. You don't get involved in what the world is doing. You get involved in what faith tells you to do. See, the leadership in this country is a little bit questionable. We all can agree on that, right? Leadership doesn't require a title, but everybody with a title is not a leader. Leadership does not require a title, but everyone with a title is not a leader. See, if you want to call yourself a leader, see, leaders have certain qualities of leadership. See, if you call yourself a leader and you don't expect to be talked about, then you're not ready to lead. Now, I'm talking to the Power Center Academy. I'm not talking to no students. I'm talking to these scholars who's about to walk and graduate and get out into the world and be on your own. And I want you to activate your power as you do that. Right now, as I'm talking about, in the midst of this pandemic that we're dealing with, 47 million people have lost their jobs. That's a lot of people who have lost their jobs. Domestic violence has gone up 600%. There's a new pandemic going on right now, and it's called violence against women. Women are being abused. And if you're a woman listening to me tonight, whether you're a student, whether you're an educator, you don't have to put up with a man being abusive to you. You need to walk away from that situation. But even in the midst of this pandemic, you're equipped with everything you need to be successful. See, God has equipped you with everything you need to go out in your community and do well, and also be a servant in your society. What does that mean? Well, you got to understand that you're special. So you say, what makes me special? You are the first graduating class of COVID-19. Can't nobody say they did that. You are the first graduating class of this pandemic. So one day you're going to tell your children, you're going to tell your grandchildren, I graduated from high school during the pandemic. There's no track and field. There was no prom. There's no graduation. But that doesn't give you an excuse to not activate your power. And I want to talk to you about how you can activate your power today. See, many of you have also experienced personal tragedies with this COVID-19. You may have family members who suffered from this coronavirus, or you have friends, or you know of somebody, or educators. See, it's hit my family too. See, my own sister has suffered from this pandemic. My sister tested positive for coronavirus. And when she tested positive for coronavirus, because she works in the medical field, she was off her feet for 2 weeks. She couldn't get out of bed. So it hit me personally with my sister who has suffered from this pandemic. So I can only imagine what you're feeling and what you're going through right now. But I'm going to keep on going back to the theme of my presentation. Despite the numbers, despite the outcomes, despite the fear and everything that's going on in society, I want you to walk by faith, and I want you to activate your power. How do you activate your power? Well, you are the hope, you are the dream of the slave. Rise. See, you have the ability to rise. See, nobody can make you do anything. You have to have some self-motivation and self-determination to do it for yourself. See, you rose up when you was in grade school and you struggled, and you rose up when you was in middle school and you struggled in math and you struggled in English, and now you looking at this thing and you about to graduate. See, you learn how to overcome, and you learn how to overcome some things to be here today. This pandemic is just another hurdle in your way. I want you to stay the course, and I want you to activate your power. See, 31 years ago, yeah, I said 31 years. I'm aging myself. 31 years ago, I graduated from high school. And when I graduated from high school, I'm going to be honest with you, I was broken, I was hurt, I was dealing with anxiety, I was unsure. See, when I was in high school, I had to learn that life is a journey, not a destination. So your color will never define your future, your choices will. I say your color will never define your future, your choices will. Don't ever let your color get in the way of your future. But if you make good choices, I don't care what color you are, you can be successful. See, your children's children are going to be affected by your decisions. It's going to affect your children's children. So every decision that you make is going to affect your kids' kids. So we got to be careful with the decisions that we make. See, I told you I graduated from high school almost 31 years ago, but I came out, I was in a lot of pain when I graduated from high school. See, my best friend had just got murdered. When I was in high school, I was a junior in high school, and my best friend, Tony Binion, who was a star basketball player, got murdered. And nobody taught me how to deal with that pain and anxiety. See, Tony Binion was a star basketball player, and I was a star football player, and we planned on going to college together and being roommates. But his life was he was gunned down by a coward going to a party. And I had to deal with that on top of growing up in poverty, having family members doing this, and it was just so much going on at the time. So I understand you sitting there and you watching this, and you're like, he don't understand what I'm dealing with. Well, I do understand, because I went through some of the same things you went through when I was coming out of high school, so I empathize with you for that. But I want to share something with you what Dr. Carter G. Woodson said. He said, if you can control a man's thinking, you don't have to concern yourself with his action. He said, when you determine what a man shall think, you don't have to determine what he will do. See, if I make you feel inferior, I don't have to compel you to accept an inferior status. You will seek it yourself. But if I make you feel like you justly an outcast, I don't have to order you to the back door. You will go without being told. And if there's no back door, your very nature will create one. So if somebody's trying to control your thinking, they can't control your thinking without you participating. See, class of 2020, Power Center Academy, you got to activate your power. That means you got to make good decisions. Can't nobody control your thinking but you. You got to activate your power. See, if you can control a man's thinking, you don't have to concern yourself with his actions. See, you have to determine how you control your thinking, right? So proper preparation prevents poor performance. I said proper preparation prevents poor performance. Come on, Power Center Academy, y'all ain't hearing me today. I said proper preparation prevents poor performance. So let me break that down for you. If you prepare properly, you perform properly. If you prepare poorly, you're going to perform poorly. So stop blaming everybody else for your choices and your decisions. I grew up in a gang-infested neighborhood, drugs being sold over here, prostitutes over here, gang violence over here. I decided at a young age I don't want to participate in that. And because of that, I was isolated, I was bullied, I was picked on, and I went through all kinds of things in high school. See, when I was in high school, nobody told me that proper preparation prevents poor performance, but I learned that along the way, and I would write down my goals and I would write down my aspirations. See, you got to be careful who you share your dreams with. See, everybody's not going to dream with you. That's why God gave you your vision and your dreams. See, I'm aging myself a little bit, class of 2020, Power Center Academy. See, I'm aging myself a little bit because when I graduated from high school, we didn't have no cell phones. Why y'all looking at me all strange? I said we didn't have no cell phones. In fact, we had a little rotary phone. It'd take you an hour to dial the number. And I had 4 sisters, so I never got a chance to use the phone. So that's a whole nother story. But we didn't have no cell phones, so it wasn't no selfies. You know, y'all taking all these little selfie sticks and taking these pictures. We didn't have selfies. We didn't have cell phones. There was no Google. There was no Wikipedia. So when you did research on the paper, you actually had to go and do the research. You had to read magazines. You had to read books. You had to go and do the research. I said proper preparation prevents poor performance. There was no FaceTime. There was no Facebook. And half of y'all get on FaceTime, you ain't even looking at the person anyway. You in there talking in the background, doing this and doing that, and the person just on the phone in the corner. But there was no FaceTime. There was no Facebook. There was no live streaming music. There was no Netflix. You hear me? I said there was no Netflix. There was no Redbox. There was no texting. When you met somebody, you had to go up to them and say something to them or write them a note. Because there wasn't no texting. It wasn't no GPS system. So if you get lost, you had to find your way. See, there was no social media. There was no TikTok and no Twitter and all those things that go along with that. There was none of those things. There was no TikTok, no Twitter, no Instagram. But you know what? I found out that life still had peaks and valleys. Brokenness. There are some broken people that's going to be in your life. And brokenness has destroyed a lot of us because we don't understand that hurt people hurt people. And if you're broken, healing is available, but you have to seek it for yourself. You cannot heal yourself with alcohol. You can't heal yourself with food. You can't heal yourself with a promiscuous lifestyle. You cannot heal yourself by your own self-doing. The only way that you can be healed is through the word of God. That's how you get your healing. See, in Psalms 147:3, it says he heals the brokenhearted and he binds up their wounds. That means healing is available for you, but you have to seek it for yourself. I told you earlier, I said that my best friend was murdered when I was in high school. I said my best friend was murdered in high school. It caused me to have anxiety, depression. See, I watched my mom get abused when I was a kid. See, I grew up in that and I seen domestic violence. And I didn't know a lot about manhood because I never met my biological father, but I knew that any man that put his hands on a woman is weak. See, the weakest man on the planet is a man who can't control his emotions. I said the weakest man on the planet is a man who can't control his emotions, because when he can't control his emotions, he's going to try to control you. So if you're in pain about something, I want to help you out with that, because anybody who's angry about anything, the root of anger is fear, frustration, pain, and hurt. I don't care who you are. If you're angry about something, it's fear, it's frustration, it's pain, and hurt. And you have to get to the root of the problem. So how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. There's 4 ways that you can deal with your pain. Number 1, you have to admit that you're in pain. Many of us walk around in pain, especially men. We've been taught to hold on to so much, we don't want to admit that we're in pain. So once you admit you're in pain, number 2 is you have to write it down. And why you say, why y'all write it down? Because you need to release it from your spirit. Number 3, you need to speak to somebody you trust. And last but not least, who do you need to forgive besides yourself? So you have to forgive somebody else, but you also have to forgive yourself. So let me leave you with a couple nuggets here, because I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I want to leave you with a couple nuggets on my way out. See, success has a cost. See, everybody want to be successful, but you don't want to do what it takes to be successful. I told you earlier that proper preparation prevents poor performance. But in order to be successful, there's 4 steps. It's exertion, it's skill, and it's practice and perseverance. I said exertion, skill, practice, perseverance. If you want to be successful, that's what it takes to be successful. You got to exert some energy. Whatever you want to be successful at, you got to put in some work. Somebody say, put in the work. I ain't hear you. Say it again. Say, put in the work. See, in order to be successful, you got to put in some work. That means you got to exert some energy. Number 2 is skill. Skill is something that you're proficient in. What are you proficient in? What are you good at? That's your skill. So I said exertion. I said skill. So you got to have skills to pay the bills. So I know you're good at something, but you have to understand what you're good at. So I said practice. I said exertion. I said skill. Now practice. I ain't talking about the game. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice. See, we ain't talking about the game. I said practice. See, you got to practice in order to be perfect. Last but not least is perseverance. See, when you get knocked down, that means you got to get back up. A few more nuggets I want to leave you with as I begin to close today. When you have a new level, you're going to have a new devil. Everybody's not going to be on your team. So don't expect everybody to be on your side. Number 2, you got to believe in yourself, and you got to believe in your own dreams and your own aspirations. Number 3, let go of anything and anyone holding you back from being successful. As you go up that elevator in life, you're going to have to cut some people off, because everybody's not going to the level that you're going at. Number 4 is protect your peace at all costs. And guess what? If something costs you your peace, it costs too much. You got to protect your peace at all costs. Number 5, my pastor shared this with me, and I love this quote. He said, your vibe will bring you your tribe. He said, your vibe will bring you your tribe. That means that if you setting off the right kind of vibe, it's going to bring you the right kind of tribe. And if you're not bringing the right kind of vibe, it's going to send you a negative tribe. So you got to bring the right vibe for the right persons, right? So if you want to be around positive people, then bring positive energy. If you want to be around negative people, then you bring your negative energy. Number 6, face your pain. See, pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. I don't care what you go through in life from this point forward. Make sure you always come face to face with your pain, because remember that your pain is temporary, but when you quit, it's forever. And lastly, don't give up. Don't ever give up in what you're doing. So if you want to reduce your stress level, in order for you to reduce your stress level, you have to exercise. You got to eat right. You got to meditate. And you got to pray, and you got to get some rest. Remember, we're talking about reducing your stress. That means you have to exercise. That means you got to get off your couch and you got to do something. I don't want to hear the gym is not open. The gym may not be open, but you can walk around the neighborhood. That's for free. Exercise, eat right. Stop stuffing yourself with things that you don't need in your body. You put things in your body that you don't need. You don't need to be eating all that junk food. You need to try to eat healthy. So you exercise, you eat right, meditate. Take some time by yourself. That means that you need to go into a quiet place so you can think, pray, spend some time praying to God every day. You got to make time for God as he makes time for you every day. He's the one that created you. So you exercise, you eat right, you meditate, and you pray. But last but not least, you got to get some rest. And even if you don't go to sleep, get off your feet, lay down, and get some rest. So as I close today, I want to leave you with a few more nuggets of wisdom. See right there? See, that means I'm going to maneuver through a couple things. See, there's 3 people in the woods. You got the babies, and then you have the adults, and then you got the young people, right? So you got the babies, and you got the seasoned adults, and you got the young people, right? Who burn up in the woods? Well, let me help you. We're going to get the babies out first. So the baby's not going to burn up. So who's the second group that's going to burn up? See, most of you saying it's me. See, I used to be young and handsome. I done got a little older now, but I can't move as fast as I used to. But because of these grades, I'm moving in the right direction. So you always have to listen to wisdom. See, you're going full speed in the wrong direction and you're going to burn up because you won't listen to wisdom that's right in your face. The babies get out first. The seasoned vets get out second because we're going a little bit slower, but we're going in the right direction. And then the young people are left. A person giving you advice has their own set of shortcomings, but they may be able to give you the piece that you're missing. Just because you're getting wisdom from a seasoned vet, don't mean that seasoned vet don't have shortcomings. Just because somebody has shortcomings, don't mean that they can't give you the piece that you're missing. What you see outside of yourself is a direct reflection of what you see inside of yourself. What you see outside of yourself is a direct reflection of what you see inside of yourself. So make sure that you're okay with being you, because I love being me. And you got to make sure that you're okay with being you. Go out in this world, be great, use your voice, but vote. Activate your power. How you activate your power? You got to get out and you have to vote. Learn financial literacy. Learn how to keep up with your money. You got to learn financial literacy. You got to learn how to save the little chips you have. Don't spend all your money. Congratulations to the class of 2020, Power Center Academy. Whether you go to college, whether you learn a trade, whether you go to military, whether you start a family, whether you become an entrepreneur, activate your power and do it with greatness. So I want to say congratulations to the Power Center Academy class of 2020. Now, I've given you some nuggets today. Mr. Jackson's giving you some nuggets on how to activate your power. But I want to leave you with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. He said, if you can't fly, then drive. If you can't drive, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. No matter what you do in life, you have got to keep moving. You're going to reach some obstacles. You're going to run into some hurdles. And you got to keep moving. You're going to experience some loss in your life. You're going to experience some heartache. You got to keep moving. No matter what, you got to keep on moving forward no matter what. Remember, life is a journey. It's not a destination. And you got to enjoy the ride. I want to thank you for being here tonight. I want to congratulate you, but I also want to congratulate your parents. I want to give a shout out to the parents of the class of 2020 Power Center Academy. I want to give big ups to these parents because I know you sacrifice and I know you've gone through some things yourself to get your child to where they are. So I want to personally thank you for what you've done to get your child to this point in their graduation. I know they're going to thank you in their own time too. So please enjoy the rest of your evening. And you can follow me at RJ Motivates on Twitter, and you can follow me at Rob J Motivates on Instagram. God bless you. God keep you. Good luck to you.
Greetings, class of 2020, faculty, families, and all who have made this possible. I am Kaylee Anderson, Salutatorian for the class of 2020. I've been a student of Gestalt since 6th grade. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for the profound impact you've had on my life. Despite our current circumstances, you have put forth great effort to make this time memorable for our class. On behalf of the senior class of Power Center Academy High School, I would like to give you, as we say, a big shout out. When I was announced as Salutatorian, I thought about so many things that enabled me to arrive at this prestigious honor.
I thought about the values that have complemented me along the way, such as leadership, service, and networking. For as long as I can remember, I was told to be a leader, not a follower. My parents would sarcastically say, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you do the same? I used that mindset to guide my actions. Serving in many leadership roles throughout high school not only taught me the importance of good leadership, but also the value of character you create for yourself by being a leader. Being a leader is more than leading and organizing. It is also essential to inspire and motivate people to acquire a goal. I often can remember where times being a leader just wasn't fun. I would lose sight of the bigger picture. The most important part was learning from my mistakes, staying passionate to the goal, humble to my peers, and staying true to myself. This brings me to service. Community service is one of my most favorable things. I enjoy it because it teaches compassion and understanding. It gave me the ability to leave my mark on my local community and prove that the little things count. This is important in building your character to be able to empathize and understand the work of exploring and discovering new avenues to your personnel. It is one of the greatest ways you can give back with an awesome reward. Last but not least, networking. Being able to connect with others and navigate through various cultures has been one of my biggest attributes. It helped me develop communication skills and to find new opportunities. It taught me the importance and value of connecting with others. Connecting with others has given me skills to know when to give and when to take. It has found me in situations and knowing how to handle any obstacle that comes my way. As I close, these traits have not only built me, but my class as well. Throughout time spent with the class of 2020, we've been through it all. Despite any negativity, we made it. We did it as a class. We have proven to be resilient. Now our future is in our hands. There are no more whistles and bells to get us to where we're going. Life tends to steer each individual in their own direction. Each of us have our own destiny, dreams which we're playing young, full of hopefulness and cheerfulness. Go on to do whatever your dream is, and never let anyone tell you can't. The world only gets more chaotic from here, but enjoy the little things and remember, you were made to stand in the midst of the storm. It's only up from here now. As Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here. Let's show the world what we're made of.
Greeting all family, faculty, and everyone who made this virtual graduation a success. I am Kayla Smith, the class of 2020 Valedictorian. I entered the Gestalt family my freshman year at Power Center Academy High School. I am truly a part of a family community, a place where our school can truly be our second home. From those who have given me great advice to those who have shown that they truly believe in me, to those that I have not always even seen eye to eye with. I have always felt the sense of a great family at PCA. I would like to take this very moment to thank everyone who has supported any of our graduating scholars in making this transition from high school to the real world a smooth journey. The graduating class of 2020 has forever emolded the true example of underdogs always taking the win. Since freshman year, the class of 2020 has had a negative stigma around our class name and representation. We are the class who went the majority of the school year without our teachers. We are the class who could not walk across the stage nor go to our own senior prom. We're the class who always overcame any obstacle that was in our way. We're the class who passionately spoke up for what we believe in. We're the class who didn't let the coronavirus stop our academic success. No matter what comes after us, we forever will be remembered for our strong determination. You may ask what the next step is for the class of 2020. Well, what I do know for certain is that my class is embedded with young entrepreneurs, creative artists, innovators, and young minds bound to change the world. With this being said, be prepared for the headlines and wonderful success stories that the class of 2020 is bound to have.
Kayla Smith.
Hello everyone, I would like to thank all of my friends, family, and everyone who supported me along the way. And I hope that the transition from high school to college is very smooth for everyone.
Kaylin Anderson.
Latasha Walker.
Marshayla Cooper. Jada Brown. Jordan Harps. Kenneth Carter.
Aaliyah Case.
Kenesha Mitchell.
Congrats, class of 2020 graduates. My name is Kenesha Mitchell, and I am going to the University of Memphis to study nursing.
Arnell Stewart.
Arnell Stewart. I'll be attending Christian Brothers University. I want to thank my friends and family for all of this. Love y'all.
Joseph Rodriguez. Tatum Houston.
Jackiza Rogers.
Congratulations, class of 2020. It was a great journey with you all. I hope everyone succeeds in their future endeavors, and I hope to see you guys soon.
DeAndre Adams. Rodney Adams.
Alicia Adele.
Amir Akins.
Hello, my name is Amir Akins, and I'll be attending University of Memphis this fall, majoring in chemistry in order to become an anesthesiologist.
Jasmine Akins. Trezan Ali. Candace Allen.
In the fall of 2020, I'll be attending University of Memphis with a major in criminal justice and a minor in culinary arts. 2020 is make it happen.
Tedrick Allen.
I want to thank all my families and friends. After high school, I will be attending HVAC school.
Stephen Amador. Ashton Austin.
Hey, this is Ashton Austin. I would like to thank all of my family for helping me get this far.
Nyla Barr. Shakira Vasquez. Aaliyah Beeler. Asia Beans. Levante Beeson. Robert Blackman.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. It was an honor to serve you guys as president and be able to help you guys make history and becoming the greatest class to ever touch PCA doors.
Janissa Blackwell. Jesus Bonilla Simo. Darisha Boswell. Tevin Bowen. Star Boyd. Kendall Brewer.
All right, I just want to say congratulations to everybody, my whole class 2020. I feel like this is just the first.
Elise Brooks.
Get out west, slang it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west.
Brandon Brown. Azaria Brown.
Thank you to all of my administrators, teachers, friends, and family for all the love and support throughout these 4 years. 2020 out.
Odyssey Brown.
Hats off, class of 2020. We did it. I would like to thank my mom, my dad, and my teachers and administrators for just pushing class of 2020 to just succeed. I love you guys.
Tomaya Brown. India Busby.
family, and friends with support. I'll be attending Philander Smith College and majoring in psychology or criminal justice.
Jasmine Carr. Jalen Copperwood. Justin Copperwood. Christine Data. Jasmine Daniels. Charles Davis. Nicholas Davis. Jayla Dixon. Taylor Dorch. Erlyn Drew.
Al Edwards Jr.
Jessica Gallegos.
Edelson Garcia.
Gabriela Garcia Rosario.
Maite Garcia Ruiz.
Labrelia Garner. Sahara Glass. James Golden. Ashley Gomez Villa. Angelina Green. Tyrick Hamilton. Zechariah Hampton. Ziori Harper. Anthony Harris. Danny Harrison. Amani Hewitt. Kyla Height.
Ladarius Holt.
Jordan Hubbard.
It's me, Jordan Hubbard. I just want to thank my friends, family, and loved ones for helping me get through this journey and helping me get into the path that I want to be.
Renaya Hunter. Clay Hurd. Jamari Jackson.
I really enjoyed my past 4 years at PCA. It is an honor to be a Knight. I also appreciate the support you guys gave to the basketball program. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, 14 out.
Travion Jackson. Nicholas James.
My name is Nicholas James. I would like to thank God, my family, and friends for always being there for me. Congratulations, 2020. We out. We did it.
Caleb Johnson. Christopher Johnson.
Your boy Chris checking in, and it is that time. It's graduation time. Let's go 2020.
Kaya Johnson. Taiwan Johnson.
Derek Jones. Kevin Jones.
This is senior 2020. We made it. I am so happy to graduate. Thank you, PCA, for giving me a great experience of what it feels like to be a true scholar.
Justin Kennard. Frederick King. Rebecca Lopez.
Alicia Malone.
Jalen Mazan.
Brianna McAdory.
Kentarius McLean. Christian Miller.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian Miller. High school has ups and downs, but I will forever cherish my memories with all my classmates and my PCA family. Forever and night. Chris Bow out.
Kylan Miller. Elena Mondi. Shmaya Morlat.
Octavia Mosley.
Nicholas Neely.
Andreas Parham. Jaden Parham.
Cornisha Parker. Selena Parson. Lalani Pearson. Deanna Peck. Maya Pinkney. Aaliyah Purdy. Taylor Purdy. Janaya Raglan. Adriana Ramirez Roblero. Maya Rilliford. Stephanie Rivera. Malcolm Robinson. Juan Rodriguez. Jaden Ross. Jacqueline Salamanca. Kara Samuel.
Hi, my name is Kara Samuel, and I would like to thank my family for this past 4 years of supporting me. Love you guys.
Tranisha Scott. Kalia Sharp. Jarek Smith. Octavius Smith. Byron Strain. Jardasia Sutherland. Christian Sweet. Christopher Tabor.
DeAntoine Thompson.
Katarius Thompson. Mario Todd.
Gerardo Torres.
Jordan Tucker. Kimberly Vasquez. Dorian Ward.
I want to thank all my friends and family for pushing me and motivating me to be the best that I can be. Class of 2020, us as a family, we all made it together, and we out here. Deuces.
Jalen Ware.
Omir Webb.
Hi, my name is Omir Webb. I am honored to be graduating under Power Center Academy High School. I am planning on attending the University of Memphis to major in fashion design.
Raven Williams. Marcus Woods.
I want to thank all my teachers and administration that helped me pass this year. I got nobody specific, but thank you all.
Brianna Wright. Zakiah Wright.
Good evening, class of 2020. How are you? I want to take just a couple of minutes this evening to close out this program. I couldn't be more excited to stand here today and witness this special moment with you. I know this is an exciting milestone in your educational journey and in your lives. You all have engaged in tremendous work the past 4 years and have overcome insurmountable obstacles to get to where you are today. What's even more exciting is that I have been fortunate enough to watch many of you evolve from boys and girls in middle school to wise and mature young men and women today. When I think about the class of 2020, I'm often reminded of the various personalities that make this class unique. From Jordan Harps and Ja'Kaiser Rogers, outgoing personalities, to Nicholas Davis and Kenneth Carter's introverted personalities. From Latasia Walker's, Aaliyah Case, and Jada Brown's, let's set a vision and work hard to make that vision a reality type of attitude or personality, to Jordan Tucker, Selena Parson, Tywan Johnson, and DeAndre Adams' personality of, I will work behind the scenes and do what's necessary to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary type of personality. When I think about our athletes, I'm often reminded of Travion Jackson's, James Golden, and Zakiah Curtis Wright's outgoing, contagious personalities, to Jamari Jackson's and Kyra Brown's more mild-mannered personalities, and how these personalities have come together to produce an award-winning athletic program at PCA. Even when I think about our valedictorian, Kayla Smith, who is introverted and works mostly by herself, to our salutatorian, Kaylin Anderson, who is extroverted and very social, it truly highlights the diversity we have here at PCA and how these unique personalities have come together for the betterment of our school. I have always been and will continue to be impressed with your tenacity and determination to succeed. You have each shown tremendous resiliency and commitment throughout your time as a scholar at PCA, especially while completing your senior year in the midst of a global pandemic. In light of this, you all should be extremely proud of your accomplishments. You all have done something no other class in the history of PCA has done. You have earned your diploma in the midst of a global pandemic while staying at home part of your school year. Class of 2020, although we cannot physically be together for a ceremony today, celebrating what you have achieved remains paramount on this day. I am joined by our faculty and staff, CMO representatives, scholars, alumni, and friends in congratulating and thanking you for all you have done to make PCA High a better place. So, with that being said, class of 2020, by the power vested in me as the principal of Power Center Academy High School, I now declare you graduates of PCA High School. You may now move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Class of 2020, we charge you with going out into our local and global communities and making them better places than you found them. We look forward to seeing, hearing, and reading all about the great success stories and how you are powering up your communities by giving back. Please know that PCA High and Gestalt Community Schools will always be home for you and will be there every step of the way to support you so that you can make all of your dreams become a reality. So until we meet again, class of 2020, be safe and stay healthy. Let's go Knights.